Alright, it is rolling. Hey guys, this is actually a second take because the first one I did didn't actually work. Because I'm tired and I didn't press the button correctly. But now it's working, obviously. So just want to say hey, and basically repeating and doing a better version of what I just said for about 5 minutes. I just got back from church a little while ago, and it was a great evening. I was very happy, first of all, to check YouTube, and I saw a comment, and I really appreciated that. And Miss Brown, I'll be seeing if I can get you the book cheaper, but it is a free publishing site, so I don't have a whole lot of leverage with the pricing, but I'll see what I can do. And if you ask me tomorrow or whenever you see this, I'll see if I can get you a few free poems, but obviously I can't give away the book because that is money that is going to show choir, which you're in charge of. So I'll do my best. But going back to church, I went to church today with one of my friends. Actually, he's chosen me to be his mentor. So we went to church and we were talking and hanging out. And one of the topics that came up before church was actually a topic that I'm really troubled by. One of the problems I've really had going to Packing House is there's a lack of integrity with a lot of the kids there. I'm not going to state names because honestly I don't know many of their names, and I don't need to say their names because they know who they are, and you know, you might be one of these people, so I want to talk to you about it. We had a really good evening first, just talking about the good stuff that happened. We talked about pain and suffering and how Christ is our hope, our help, and everything that we go through will bring him closer to him if we let it. So that was really good. But the problem with tonight was I noticed for the first time how really disrespectful we can be to church and what it's really about. And what I want to say is that I saw a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people in the past, and I told my friend this: Christ is the love of your life when you go to church. And I see a lot of times, I've actually caught one of the couples at church doing this, but I see people holding hands, and I have seen, like I said before, a couple making out at church. Why is that happening? If you guys don't know, church may be just a place that you have to go because your parents are making you, but that does not change the fact that Christ is the only boyfriend or girlfriend you're allowed to have when you're at church. You are the bride of Christ if you're part of the church. And if you're not part of the church, talk to the pastor, because you may not be in the right place at the right time if you're just there because you have to be. There's so much more there that you can get out of it. But for those of you who are Christians and are there because you want to be, you need to pay attention to what Christ was really about at church, because when you're there, you are his girlfriend and or boyfriend. Because when we're there, the only person we're supposed to be getting closer to, the only person we're supposed to be worshiping is him. And when you guys are holding hands or when you guys are kissing, it's totally violating everything that church is about. Because the only person that you're supposed to be getting intimate with is Christ and getting to know him better and dating him. So I want to call you guys out and say, stop it. And if you think I'm just yelling out of my butt, I mean, I'm not. I have a girlfriend. Her name is Raylene. She's amazing or spectacular. I'm probably going to do a video journal with her this Sunday, but we'll see. And she knows more than anything else that there's one thing that will never happen. And it's that we will not hold hands and or make out at church. Because when we're at church, honestly, the harsh reality is when we're at church, she doesn't matter. When it comes to Christ, she is second. Because Christ is all that matters, because without Christ, it's not going to work out with her or anybody else in my future. So I want you guys to know that I'm talking from experience. I would love to hold hands with her. I would love to, you know, hug her and hold her close to me every time I go to church. But the only person that needs to be hugging me or holding my hand through anything is truly Christ. Because he's the only one that will never let go. So I want you guys to realize that I understand, but you can't do that. And so if you're watching this, please just remember that, because it's really hard for me. Because today I was sitting in church and I was sitting next to this girl, and I hope it was her boyfriend because he was sure poking her and doing all kinds of weird stuff. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I'm trying to listen to the Pastor Jason at Packing House, and she suddenly like comes almost in my lap because he's poking her or something, and it's like, what are you doing? They even did it during prayer, and that's just unacceptable. That's not what church is about. I was trying to listen, and I was trying to grow, and I was thinking of a poem that I could write, because poetry is one of my ways of worshiping God, and I'm sitting there, and even during prayer, I'm trying to get closer to God and ask Him to help me through, the week, and help me to realize that He's there, and help me to read my Bible and do that. And she's falling over, and her hair's getting all over the place, and it's like, stop it. So I want to call you guys out and say, please don't do that. You need to realize that Christ is the only one you need to be dating when you're at church. I mean, if you can't control yourself outside of church, He's definitely the only way you need to be dating. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you can't have self-control. You can ask Raylene, there's a lot of things we have talked about that will never happen because Christ is the center of our focus. So I want to leave you with that request, just to challenge yourself to have a little more control at church and to focus on Christ. It's only an hour and a half, guys. We spend 24 hours a day living and breathing. An hour and a half is not going to kill you. So please try that. And also, and on a more positive note, please feel free to leave comments and or questions. You can even put thumbs down if you want. I mean, if you really want to, I want to know your honest opinion and your honest questions about this, and all the rest of my video journals. So until next time, peace out, guys. I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.